To Sumaya English Primary School Class 6 and the subject is history and the chapters are 8 chapter and the name of the chapter is States After the Maurya Empire. In the before chapter we have studied about the Maurya Empire. Now in this chapter we will study about the different states after the Maurya Empire. So here is the first one, that is the Shugna dynasty. At that time who was ruling? We will talk about the Shugna dynasty. After the emperor Ashoka, what happens? The Maurya power has been declined. After the Maurya power declined, the emperor Ashoka came. Then the last Maurya emperor was the Brihadrata. He was the last Maurya empire. Then afterwards what happened? The Maurya empire was totally declined. The Maurya empire's general was the Pushyamitra Shunga, which was revolted. He was revolted against the Brihadrata. Brihadrata was the last Maurya empire. They were revolting against each other. When he was killed him and became the king himself. Here means who has killed the against the Brihatra, killed him, revolted, and he became the king himself. This was the Shugna dynasty. After killing him, this Shugna dynasty has been created. The next is the Indo-Greek kingdoms. Now here we will see the Indo-Greek kings, how they have ruled here. During this period there were several small kingdoms was there, which was ruled by the Greek kings. The Greek peoples were the Greek kings were ruling the small kingdoms. It was in the northwest of the Indian subcontinent. So those kings are known as the Indo-Greek kings, because these Greek kings were ruling the small kingdoms, and that kingdoms was in the northwest of the Indian subcontinent. It was in the Indian subcontinent, that's why it is the name has given the Indo-Greek kings. So in the history what happens, the coins or the at the ancient time, it means at the ancient India, the coins was made up of the picture of the kings, which was very important, and they used to put the tradition also. That means they used to do the picture of the king on one side, and the other side the coins was the deity on the other side. So this tradition afterwards took place in the India also. This was doing in the Greek times, but this things has been continued in the India also. So one of the famous Indo-Greek kings was the Menander, who was discussed many Buddhist philosophy with the Buddhist. Who was the Buddhist? That is a Bhikkhu. This Bhikkhu Buddhist we have studied in the previous chapter about this person also, which he used to spread the Buddhism. And Nagasena. Menander is also referred to as a Milinda. Menander is also known as the Milinda. The question that it was discussed in the Bhikkhu Nagasena was the creation of the book. They used to discuss about this book, that is the Milan Panha. The Pali word, this Panha is the Pali word, means it is the question. The another word, the meaning it is given in the English, it has a question. So next we will see about that was the Indo-Greek kings. Here we will see the Kushana kings. Now India was invaded from time to time by the several tribal peoples, that means by several tribes. This Kushana was one of the famous tribe from the Central Asia, and he established their rule in the northwestern region and in the Kashmir also in the 1st century. When we are talking about the 1st century, he has been ruled in the northwest region and in the Kashmir also. And these Kushana kings were the first to start the minting of the gold coins in India. In India, this king has been started making the gold coins. Then they have started the custom of putting the images, means in the gold coins they were putting the images of the Gautam Buddha and different Indian deities also on the coins on both the sides. On one side they used to put the images of the Gautam Buddha, and on the other sides they used to put the Indian deities. This Kushan king was a Kanishka extended their empire. Then afterwards they extended their empire, this Kushana kings. Now we will see the next one, that he has expanded the empire, that is the Kanishka, the great. That means now we will talk about this Kanishka, the great kings. He was the emperor. This Kanishka's empire extended from the Kabul in the west and to the Varanasi in the east. From the Kabul they have extended their empire to the Varanasi. Then afterwards, now here also they have made the coins. They have minted the coins, but this coins was gold and copper, both the things it was there, and have been founded in the North India. And it has been founded in the North India. Now the fourth Buddhist council. Now here the fourth Buddhist council was held in the, before also we have studied about the Buddhisms which was held. Now this was the fourth Buddhist council which was holding in the Kashmir at this time. Which time? At the Kanishka's empire time. He established the city which was known as the Kanishkapur in the Kashmir. Then he believed that the village of the Kanpur near the Srinagar today could be the Kanishpur. At that time they used to believe that the village of the Kanpur which was near the Srinagar, now it can be called as the Kanishkapur. The well-known poet was also there at that time. At which time? At the Kanishka time. That was the name Ashwaghosh. He was a very well-known poet, and he wrote many texts also. The famous text, that is the Buddha Charitra and Vajra Suchi. And the famous was in the court, Kanishka's court, it was the Vaidya Charaka. He was a very famous in the Kanishka's court. So this was about the Emperor Kanishka. Now we will talk about the Gupta dynasty. Now at the end of the, at that time we have seen about the first century. Now the century, it is at the end of the 3rd century. Now we can see the rise of the Gupta dynasty in the North India. The before we have seen about the Kanishka, now we will see about the Gupta dynasty in the North India, but it is the century of the 3rd century. Now the Guptas were in the power for nearly 3 centuries continuously. They were in their power. Sri Gupta was the founder of the Gupta dynasty. Who was founded Gupta dynasty? Sri Gupta. And the another 2 Gupta were also there. That was the Samudra Gupta and the Chandra Gupta too, were the notable kings of the Gupta dynasty. Means in the whole Gupta's dynasty, these 2 were very famous and very highlighted kings in the Gupta dynasty. That was the Samudra Gupta and Chandra Gupta too. And who has founded the Gupta dynasty? Sri Gupta was founded the Gupta dynasty. Now next, now we will see the Samudra Gupta dynasty. He has the making of the emperor. The expansion of the Gupta empire, they have began in the range of the Chandragupta I. That means Chandragupta first. His son was the Samudragupta. Who was the son? Chandragupta first. His son was the Samudragupta, who has defeated the very small neighboring kingdoms, and they have extended their empire further. In this way they were extending their empire. At that time the Gupta empire was spreading from Assam till to the Punjab, and they also conquered many eastern coastal region also till to the Kanchi in the Tamil Nadu. Due to this many victories, continuously they were extending their empire, and many victories they used to gain, and they were getting many power also everywhere. At that time, as a result, the kings on the northwestern frontiers and in the Sri Lanka made the treaties of friendship. Now they have made the friendship with him, means both the thing. The kings of the northwestern, and they have given the friendship hands to the Sri Lanka also by making the treaties, means some dealing was there with between these 2 peoples. And the pillar of the inscription, at that time the many pillar was there, and that pillar many inscription was written, that was described by the Samudra Guptas only. And in that pillar we can see the many inscriptions of the victories, wherever they have done the victories, how they have extended their empire. So this inscription was known as the Prayag Prashasti. This was the very good famous inscription at that time in the Samudragupta, and also as a Allahabad Prashasti. He was an expert Veena player also, and he was very expert in the Veena, that is one was the instrument he used to play very much expert. And at that time they were making the mint coins also, they were made with a variety of the images which was engraved, which was drawn on the coins. In one of them it was seen that the playing the veena. In that coin also we can see the one of them was playing the veena. So his name came the Samudragupta, which was engraved. This one was also engraved. This one was also drawn on this coin. So in this way the Samudraguptas have extended their empire, and the next remaining chapter we will study in the part 2.